The June 5th, 2019 meeting of the Windsor Planning Commission will now come to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Doug Dennison,
Present.
Cindy Showerman,
Present.
Gail Schick,
Here.
Jerry Bushelman,
Present.
David Sislowski,
Present.
First item on tonight's agenda is the review of the agenda itself for any additional items or new business to be added to the agenda by the commission.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Showerman, seconded by Commissioner Bushelman, that we accept the agenda as presented. Those in favor of the motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no.
That seems to be working today.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
And the scorecard says,
Is it possibly one of the switches at the vacant seats?
I'll take a hunch that it did pass, but wait for the official count. No, it's working, it just for some reason isn't.
There it goes. Looks like it's working.
Do it one more time.
Jerry?
Jerry, hit your button again.
Get your button in.
Oh, sorry. Gail doing something.
And I was correct, it passed. Next item is public invited to be heard. If there is someone in the audience who has an item that is not on tonight's agenda that they wish to discuss or present to the commission, now is the time to do so. And if you do have something, if you come to the podium, give us your name and address, and you'll have a 3-minute time limit to give us your information. And don't seem like anybody's going to beat feet up here, so we'll move along. The next item is the consent calendar. This evening's consent calendar consists of the approval of the minutes of the May 1st, 2019 meeting.
Move to approve the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
Been moved by Commissioner Showerman, second by Commissioner Dennison, that we approve the minutes of the May 1st, 2019 meeting. Those in favor of the motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. And motion carries unanimously. Moving to the first board action item, we will close our regular meeting, open up a public hearing for a conditional use grant extension, Highland Meadows Golf Course Subdivision 13 filing Lot 1. Paul, you have the floor.
Mr. Chair, if I may, please.
Okay. I was
this
trying to
is-
ignore you, Dave.
This is a quasi-judicial public hearing. So, Mr. Chair, for the record, I'd like to disclose I am a sitting member of the town board, that I'm here in my capacity as a non-voting liaison to the Planning Commission. Although I will be present during this public hearing, I will not be giving my opinion or participating in the discussion. I will not let tonight's proceedings influence or affect my review of this matter when it comes before the town board. My decision at the town board level based solely on the evidence presented during the town board public hearing. Thank you.
Thank you for your input, Dave. Paul, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Planning Commissioners. This request is for an extension of a conditional use grant for the Power to Play temporary gravel parking, which was approved in 2007. The subject property is located on the northeast corner of Fairgrounds and Crooked Stick, next to the Power to Play basketball facility. Property is owned GC General Commercial. And this is the site plan which was approved in 2007 for the gravel parking. The CUG was time limited in order to get that lot paved for long term. The applicant hasn't quite completed that, but is in the process of, has a site plan under review with the town to pave that lot. It would include commercial pad sites as well as parking for those users, as well as the Power to Play site, and it'd all be paved. And that, I believe, is included as a communications item, just as a point of reference, if you are interested in seeing that site plan. However, the CUG extension, the applicant has indicated they hope to commence construction in April of paving the parking lot. The municipal code does include criteria for approval of a conditional use grant, and this application does appear in conformance with those requirements. Therefore, staff recommends Planning Commission for a recommendation of approval of the conditional use grant application to Town Board as presented, with an expiration of December 31st. It's different than what's presented there. The applicant had originally asked for September 1st, but just to make sure that they have enough time to complete the paving and don't have to come back before you, staff would.
So on your presentation, you just left it in September to see if the applicant would catch that.
Sure. Yeah, so we're recommending December 31st,
Okay.
end of the year.
Sounds good.
Staff requests the application and supplemental materials be entered into the record, as well as the staff memo and supporting documents, any testimony received, and the recommendation. Approval criteria for CUG is before you, and with that, the applicant is present. Should there be any questions for them or for myself?
Thanks, Paul. Since this is the public hearing portion of the process, is there anyone in the audience who has any comments or questions pertaining to this agenda item? I think we're covered on that one. I would take a motion to close the public hearing.
Move we close the public hearing.
Second?
Been moved by Commissioner Bushelman that we close the public hearing, seconded by Commissioner Showerman. Those in favor will vote yes, those opposed vote no. Motion carries unanimously. Moving on to the next item, we'll reconvene our regular meeting and go to the recommendation to the town board for conditional use grant extension, Highland Meadows Golf Course subdivision 13 filing. Anything further, Paul? That you have?
Nothing to add, no.
Okay. John, you have anything that you want to add to that?
Do you want me to come up, or are you good?
I'm good. Okay.
I would move to forward a recommendation to the town board for approval of the conditional use grant, conditional use extension as presented.
Second.
Been moved by Commissioner Showerman, seconded by Commissioner Bushelman, that we forward a recommendation of approval to the conditional use grant to the town board as presented, with an expiration date of December 31st, 2019. Those in favor of the motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. And motion carries unanimously. We will now close our regular meeting, open up another public hearing for parking determination for Highland Meadows Golf Course subdivision 85 and lot 6.
I missed you. Sorry, Mr. Chair. Have you
Yep.
opened the hearing now?
What's that?
Did you open the hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just repeat the.
Are you going to do this for everyone?
Repeat the disclaimer that I read earlier into the record
Okay.
on this matter as well. Thank you.
You must have been talking to the town attorney. I'm going to have to talk to him. Did you have something that you're going to add there, Dave, or are you good?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Paul?
Thank you. This site, the parking determination This is for the property on the northwest corner of Crooked Stick and Highland Meadows Parkway for the proposed indoor tennis facility. The property is zoned residential mixed use, RMU. The site plan shows the 5 indoor tennis courts, as well as the parking stalls. There are 88 parking stalls, and building elevations, just for reference, on the site plan as well. The applicant has submitted an analysis of their expected parking needs. They have 3 primary different uses. One is the adult league. They would anticipate 16 players at any one time, 5 to 8 spectators, maximum of 6 employees. There could be occasional overlap of you could have 16 players on the court and potentially another 16 showing up at one time.
Well, hopefully they carpool.
Then you have the junior program, which would be 6 players per court and 1 instructor. We also would have tournaments with up to 20 players and 10 spectators, 6 employees maximum, and then again, the occasional overlap of matches. Given all these numbers, it does appear that the 88 parking stalls would be sufficient for the use. The comprehensive plan doesn't necessarily touch on these types of parking determinations. Also, just as a point of reference, we would normally include this site plan as a communications item to you, but rather than just repeat it, here's the site plan for you as well. So should you have comments on that aspect of it, please communicate those at this meeting or email the planning director with any of those comments. Staff does recommend Planning Commission approve the proposed parking as shown on the site plan, with the condition that if parking demand appears to exceed expectations, any future facility expansion will require Planning Commission determination of parking need as well.
Okay.
Staff requests the following be entered into the record: the application and supplemental materials, staff memo, supporting documents, testimony, and recommendation. The approval criteria: the municipal code states Planning Commission shall convene a public hearing to determine the appropriate application of parking requirements to the specific situation, applying the criteria set forth above and in keeping with sound land use planning principles. With that, that's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Since this is the public hearing process of the portion of the process, anyone in the audience have any comments, questions pertaining to this item? Seeing there be none.
Move to close the public hearing?
Second?
Then moved by Commissioner Bushelman, seconded by Commissioner Showerman, that we close the public hearing. Those in favor of the motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. And motion carries unanimously. Move on to the next item and reconvene our regular meeting. Go to the item of number 4, parking determination for Highland Meadows Golf Course Subdivision, 8th filing. Anything further, Paul?
No.
John, you have anything further to add? Okay. Comments, questions from the commission?
I would move to approve the parking determination as presented.
Second?
It's been moved by Commissioner Showerman, seconded by Commissioner Dennison, that we approve the proposed parking as shown in the information by staff, and any future facility expansion will require Planning Commission determination of parking of need also. Those in favor of the motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. And motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Communication from Planning Commission. Jerry?
Nothing tonight.
Cindy?
No communications.
Mr. Dennison?
Looks like I will be gone at the next meeting,
Okay.
the 19th.
We shall miss you.
Sure you will.
Town Board Liaison, David.
Nothing to report, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Communication from staff, Paul?
Nope.
Scott?
Just let us know if anybody's wanting to attend APA this year. It's in Snowmass, September 18th through the 20th. And I believe the registration will be opening soon, and the hotel rooms will be open soon. So sooner you can let us know, we can make sure we get your reservations so we don't miss out.
Okay,
That's it.
sounds good.
Move to adjourn. Sorry.
We are done. I just thought you maybe sit here all night.
Hey, Scott?